So we come to you from the Buddh International Circuit once again, and there's no armchair racing this time whatsoever. We're at the last and final round of the National Racing Championship, and MRF has been foolhardy enough or kind enough, whichever one of the two you choose, to give me a ride, a guest ride, in the MRF Formula 1600 car that I'm sitting on right now. It's going to be a really interesting afternoon. There's a 15-minute qualifying session. There are 3 races, 1 today and 2 tomorrow. This car is fantastic to drive. It's a proper race car. It's really physical. A little bit of downforce from the wings, a lot of grip from the tires, and it's a lot of fun to throw around this racetrack. So we'll keep you posted. We just finished a 15-minute qualifying session, and we ran qualifying on new tires. That's a set of used scrub tires. Here's a set of new ones, and the new ones require you to go out, get some heat in the tires before you can really start to put in a lap time. 15 minutes, of course, as you may understand, is not a hell of a lot of time. At best, you'll get a total of about 5 laps. 1 lap to put some heat into the tires. Second lap, you may get stuck behind somebody. This is the start of my excuses. And 3rd, 4th, 5th lap where you try and sort of get a feel for things. There was a lot of studying yesterday of some data, so that's a lot of telemetry data from the 2 sessions before. And the idea was try and make up some time. We ended up with roughly exactly the same time as we ended up with yesterday in the evening. So there was a lot of improvement between the 1st session and the 2nd session yesterday, and not so much between the 2nd session and the 15 minutes of qualifying today. So we end up 10th out of 12th, 2-minute 13.7 or 2-minute 13.8. So it's not completely disastrous, but I wouldn't have been slightly higher up in the field and been able to pick up a couple of seconds today. So that's what we're going to aim to do over the course of the race. There are 3 races to go. Racing, let's just say, is a lot more technical than it seems. Armchair racing is a hell of a lot easier. When you're dealing with data and tires and very limited track time, it's not quite as easy as it looks, but it's still fun all the same. What a rush. We've just finished race 1. We started in 10th position with a lap time of 2:13.8, which was a little disappointing, but the race was just unbelievable. What a machine. You really have to grab it by the scruff of its neck and drive the living daylights out of it, but you get enough of the adrenaline pumping, and it is just unbelievable. So we finished in 6th. Did some proper dicing for position, and it was just an unbelievable rush. It was phenomenal racing. This is an incredible car, and this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful track. So 6th is good, but let's see what we can do tomorrow. Let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed. One of my favorite quotes of all time is from the movie Le Mans, in which Steve McQueen says, "Racing is life. Everything else is just waiting." Well, if that's the case, then today we're really living it up, because today is a racing Sunday. We've had one race already, and I have to say it's gone pretty well. Much better than we could ever have imagined. So all the fingers that we kept crossed and all the toes that we kept crossed overnight has done the trick, because we've managed to make it on the podium of race 1 of today. There's another race coming up, so we can't get too excited just yet. Started this race on used tires to get a decent start, and managed to make my way up from 6th place to 3rd place at the end of 10 laps. At the end of the race though, on used tires, I was sliding around like crazy, so it was pretty entertaining. The next race, we've got a set of new tires, starting from 7th place, so we'll try and keep it as close to the front as possible. Let's hope for the best. So, we're going home with some silverware. It's been a pretty good weekend on all accounts, but let me tell you, it is really, really hard to get out there and compete on the level with these kids. They are really, really talented. This is a great platform, it's a great racing series, all the cars are equal, so it's all down to the skill of the driver. And these cars really tell you exactly what skill level the driver is at. We've had a pretty good weekend. We've come away with somewhat of a consolation prize, and I would love to tell you that I'm up there with the top level of these guys. But we did the last race, finished 4th, so we've got a 6th, a 3rd, and a 4th that we're coming away with. I would have liked to have found a few more 10ths over the course of the last couple of laps. But everything has to go absolutely right. You have to get every single corner absolutely, completely spot on. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but boy is it fun. This is a great series, it's a great car, and we've had an absolute blast this weekend. So keep racing, but on the road, keep it safe.